It's Friday, my dudes. Wait, no, what year is it? Tuesday? Fuck. Tuesday. Fuck yeah. How's it going, my dudes? Ricky, hello. Next, hello. Alexis, hello. Bone, hello. Moms, hello. Hope you guys doing good. Had a nice day today. Went to a funeral. A nice funeral. And went for a ride with James to sports bike shop and we tried on different helmets. Oh, I'll show you a video in a second next. Oh my god, dude. It did not go as I expected. Oh boy. So, for those who don't know, I had a funeral today for a guy called Selwyn. Hello there. And Selwyn was an old guy, local, and he was a local legend. See if I find a picture of him. There he is. This is Selwyn. Oh, that's a rubbish picture. Open image, new tab. Enhance. This is Selwyn. Selwyn was a neighbor. His son was a neighbor. And they were both TT riders. I thought Selwyn was a seniors winner. He wasn't. He came 5th in his first race. But Jason, his son, was a seniors winner. But it was... Selwyn basically wasn't feeling well a couple of weeks ago. Went home from work. And he's been running the same business for over 60 years. He ran a bike store in my hometown. Oh, there he is in the TT. Oh, no, this is a 7100. Yeah, you know, everyone knew him. I had never met Selwyn. I've met Jason on the Isle of Man, actually, because his son owns the BMW dealership on the Isle of Man. But I'd met Jason, but never met Selwyn. But Selwyn used to work on my dad's bike, so he's just one of those guys. He's a genuine legend. He's one of those guys that everyone had heard stories about, you know. So yeah, it was his funeral today, and at first the family weren't sure if they wanted a procession, a motorbike procession, but then they were like, "Yep, let's do it, let's go." And you know, I was expecting a handful of bikes to turn up. There were 500 bikes. Bearing in mind, the meeting spot was the bike shop, and the bike shop is just a little shack on the side of the road with a little lane running down the back of it. And they were like, all right, everyone just park on the lane at the back, and then when we come back past with the hearse, follow, right? 500 bikes turned up, and I knew it was big when me and James stopped for James to get petrol, and 8 bikes came through in the 2 minutes that we'd stopped to get petrol. And once we got to the bike shop, there were already a heap of bikes there. Me and James went to the lane out the back because that's where they asked everyone to gather, just to not block the road. Most people ignored that. So we ended up actually hanging out with the guy who owns the bike workshop next door to Selwyn's. Really nice guy. He was riding one of the old military Kawasaki's, which are the same. It's literally the same bike as the Harley Davidsons that the Americans used. So it was fun talking to him, and then spoke to one of Selwyn's other friends. And yeah, it was just It was incredible. And yeah, when I'll show you here in a second, but when the limos with the 2 limos with the family went past, Jason was waving thank you to everybody, and it was just me and James. We tried to stay at the front of the pack, and I remember at one point we were going down a hill, and I just looked behind me, and I could see about half a mile behind me before the road curved, and it was just a sea of bikes. And the crazy thing was, the family had approached Gwent Police and said, look, there's this funeral. You might want to have some traffic police ready, because Pontypool and Usk is just going to come to a standstill. And come to a fucking standstill it did, dude. Luckily, the police said no, they weren't going to help. But there is a South Wales group on Facebook. I forget what they're called, but it's basically ex-police riders, or even current police riders just in their own time. And they are like a motorbike procession escort group. So what they do, they're basically civilian police riders. They basically do what you would see police riders doing. So once the hearse came onto the street, all these guys just took off, and they all just started blocking roads, really professionally. It was really impressive to see, actually. Let's see if I can find the... that's outside the church. This is outside the church. These are in a really weird... Yeah, here we go. I think this is it. Oh, it's not this one. I think it's this one. Nope, not this one. And here's the crazy thing as well. And I've said this as well on stream a few times. Here in the UK, the biking community is not tribal. And you'll see that here. You will see everything from adventure bikes to pure motocross enduro bikes to Harley Davidsons. Like, you just see absolutely everything. This might be the one. There was a really nice Triumph right there. Oh, this GS by here. This is one of the escort riders. These guys were really, really good. I had to get my bike running because the voltage. If I leave my phone on the charger, the voltage runs down. I need to get a CAN adapter so it turns off with the ignition. Oh, even the buses. You would expect the bus drivers to be pissed off because we were blocking the whole fucking road. And the bus drivers were beeping their horns, which was really nice. And I think a big part of it was because one of the owners of one of the local bus companies was at the funeral. He actually got mentioned by name, which was really nice. All right, must be this one.
Yeah, I saw that when I walked up.
Can you hear the Can you see the Harley? And now the fight to get out. It was absolutely fucking mental. There's James there. And also, oh my god, the amount of people, bearing in mind this was not a short route to the church. It was probably like a 25, 30-minute ride to the church. The amount of people all the way along the route stood with their cameras out filming was nuts. And not just random people. A lot of them were wearing like motorbike jackets, motorbike t-shirts, motorbike caps. You know, it was crazy. I'm surprised he didn't get high off the fumes. To me, the whole like atmosphere, it felt like a party, which is exactly what I think he would have wanted. You know.
See them all flying up behind me.
It was a bit tricky by here because there's like 3 sets of traffic lights. And you'll notice the motocross bikes, some of them don't even have number plates. Like, look. Fuck the police. This guy's got a busted back wheel. And look. Dude, this is what really surprised me. People rode from Europe to come to this funeral on their bikes. Fucking, there were multiple European plates. Absolutely nuts. Again, it's because he was a road racer, right? So he raced at the Isle of Man, raced in Ireland, raced all over the UK, and used to go abroad to the MotoGP and the superbike races, you know. He was a really well-known guy. There's a point where I look back that I would love to find, because you just see the sea of bikes. I was actually really surprised at how chill the traffic was as well, because it took quite a while for the procession to get past. Yeah, see, yeah, so there's one of the escorts there, and they did a fucking amazing job. I don't remember where I actually looked back. It takes a lot of concentration riding in a big group like this, because like I was saying to James, what I tend to do in group rides like this is I pick my line and I stick to it. So you'll notice, listen to that backfiring. Is that KTM? I tend to pick my line and I stick to it, just so people know where to expect you to be. But some of these guys were just like swerving all over the place, which it does drive me a little bit nuts. Okay, so here's the thing. This is a dual carriageway. The escorts even blocked the roundabout on the dual carriageway. Look, you can see them right there. They got a car and a bike blocking here. Unfortunately, my GoPro didn't make it all the way to the church. Did run out of battery. Yeah, I kind of hit a choke point by here. I think it's by here. I might look back. I'm not sure. And that's one of the escorts there, trying to rush forward to block off another junction. But yeah, look at this, right? So you've got learners here, You got people with their full licenses. You've got Vespers next to sports bikes, next to adventure bikes, next to KTM dirt bikes. There is literally everything. You got monkey bikes here. You got Honda Cubs. It's absolutely wild. Like Harleys, everything. James was telling me that there was a day when he picked up a puncture in his back tire and he called the 3 big local bike shops and none of them were interested in helping him. He called Selwyn and he was like, oh yeah, bring the bike straight in. It's fine. Like, so good. This was my youth club when I was a kid. Miles from where I actually lived. This is where it runs out battery. But yeah, at the church, let me send this video to Zal and then I can put it up on stream because I took a video with my phone when we arrived at the church. I mean, I was right at the front. So I was probably in like the front 10th of the procession. So I didn't see a lot of the bikes at the back. And also a lot of people only came for the ride. They didn't come to the church. Me and James stayed for the service. The church was rammed full, by the way. There was another 100 people, including me and James, stood outside the church. Check this out as well.
There's a lot of bikes parked everywhere. And yeah, this...
This lorry was stuck here until after the funeral. In fact, not just this lorry. There was a lorry coming the other way that was also stuck. And this BMW. They couldn't go anywhere. There were too many bikes. It was just... Like, you can see how tight it is.
A lot of bikes parked everywhere. And yeah, this...
Like, once the lorry pulled up, me and James, we actually repositioned our bikes. So it was, like, closer to the curb. But, the lorry driver just was like, nah, don't worry, I'll wait. It's fine. Which was really nice of him. Like, he could have kicked off and been, you know, being a dick, but yeah, he was pretty decent. The other guy looked grumpy as fuck though in the other lorry. All right, let's get in game. Go in some more rep. Your face is a lorry, Katniss. Man, getting warm now. I've got my thermal stuff still on because the house was cold when I got in, and now I've put more layers on top, and now I'm sweating. Oh, I wonder if there's any videos online of the procession. Oh, let me have a look. Because there were so many people recording. Facebook. The fuck was that? No. Nope, that's great. How do I use Facebook? I genuinely don't know how to use Facebook anymore. Oh, God. Oh, notifications don't actually show up. They're grayed out. Nice. there's no videos on here. I want to see videos. God damn it. Now if I just search for Selwyn. Posts. Videos. Oh, yeah, I think this is a video of the procession. What was really interesting, the hearse had flashing strobes on it. Why can't you scrub YouTube videos? That's, oh god, now it's restarted. Fuck me, dude. Why can't you scrub these videos, dude? That is so dumb. I spent the last hour or so trying to talking to my ISP about them not delivering speeds I'm paying for. Just get a new ISP, dude. Fuck 'em. Oh, that KTM's so nice. Oh, T7. I didn't even see these guys. Holy shit, dude. Look at this. Speed triple. Ah, we're right by here. That's James. And there's me. Bikes just keep coming, bruv. So crazy, man. Nuts. Holy shit. But you can see all the different, like, they've got everything from Honda Cubs to Harleys, man. Like, it's nuts. Yeah. Just keeps coming and keeps coming. Jason looked a little bit overwhelmed. When he was driving past everybody. Just, it was nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. It's ready. I was looking forward to this funeral, which I know sounds really weird to say I'm looking forward to your funeral, but like, that's what I was hoping it was going to be like. No, because we're actually quite close together. It might not have looked it from my point of view. That's just because it's a wide angle lens. But yeah, we were actually quite close together. And there is a very well-known saying in the bike world: ride your own ride. Don't ride to what somebody behind you is trying to pressure you to do. Because if you do that, you know, if you have a higher skilled rider behind you, you're just going to bin your bike, right, and hurt yourself. That said, on the way back, which clip is it? Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Oh, might be this end. No, dude, I don't know how the GoPro orders these files. It's so weird, man. Not there.
I can't get that fucking people.
Oh, actually, it's one of these. I just realized. I think it's this one. On the way back, okay, yeah, I'm absolutely, if I ever publish this, gonna have to hide the speedo. It was crazy how drastically different my speedo and James's speedo read. Wait, was I in? Oh, I was in 5th. And then I changed into 6th here. There we are. So on my speedo, we hit 107. On James's speedo, we hit 115. Like, I don't, it's one or the other. All right. I am level 2 crime stats, so I should probably go pay that off. Hey, Newt, you're right. How's it going? The thing that impressed me the most was the guy at the back of those bicycles waving me past, which was nice. I need to go to admin. I could say, hey, that's illegal. However, I'm going to say I've done good. Thoughts on 50 gigabit per second residential broadband? Does your internal network support that? Because if it doesn't, I'd say that's a bit silly. But if it does, why not? You know, if you can afford it, fuck it. So many noises. This was a conversation I had with Zell. I was considering getting 8 gig down because my ISP does up to 8 gig down where I live. And then Zell was like, yeah, but does your internal network support that? I was like, oh yeah, no. Oh shit. All right, so get a ship. I don't have a high-end Mobo, dude. Oh, you're talking to Next, yeah. That's what I mean. Like, you'd have to get a separate network card, right? Yeah, I'm with you, Fiber, yeah. Weirdly, when me and James were on our way back earlier, we passed a bunch of U-Fiber vans in Newport, so I think they're expanding in Newport. I gotta say, you work for U-Fiber? No shit, dude. I fucking love my ISP. Like, we've had one outage in the time we've been with them, but it was for like 5 minutes. That was it. And it's been solid. Like, absolutely solid. The upload blows my mind. Yeah, I love it, dude. Get me some U-Fiber merch, dude. Thanks. Alright. I gotta say, the day they installed as well, I was really impressed. Like, the engineers that came and did the installation were really cool. Even the guy that came with the cherry picker, I talked to him briefly. Brain Gober. Let me grab the Hornets. I feel like Hornet today.
Stand by. Your vehicle
You can actually hook me up. Oh, fuck yes, dude. Thank you. Let's go for a coffee. We meet somewhere for a coffee. Oh, fuck. I'm very hiccupy.
Please visit us
Yeah, drop me a message, dude, if you want to go for a coffee. I'd totally be down. I was actually thinking, when you said you were in Cardiff, I did think about that. Oh, you live 5 minutes from Central? I gotta be careful in Cardiff. Cardiff is a pain in the ass for, like... I have already had 2 fines for driving in places that I wasn't supposed to go in Cardiff. I fucking hate Cardiff. I literally have one next to me that I need to pay tonight. But yeah, I need to work out where motorcycle parking is, because motorcycle parking in Newport is awful. I think Cardiff's probably better. I assume there's probably motorcycle parking by Central. Oh, this thing is still damaged from the last time I flew it. CIG are working on a new 4.0.2 build for the PTU tonight. I can't wait for that to go live, man. As long as it's not worse than what we currently have. Oh. Now, let me repair this and let me go drink real quick before I go out. Otherwise, I'll regret it if I don't. Funnily enough, yeah, that's something my housemate Owen has mentioned to me as well, because he works for Flixbus, and he said the amount of times he's been in his car and he's had to remind himself that he can't drive in certain lanes. Actually, let me no. He actually had a HGV interview today, so I'm hopeful that he gets it, because it sounds like a awesome job. Actually, it really sounds like a good company to work for. He's also helped me decide what I want to do in terms of work. So my plan is now, I definitely don't want to do IT for the rest of my life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find an IT job with local college, NHS, anything. And the annoying thing is, all of the IT jobs that I'm looking at the moment, basically the same role that I had at... well, no, it's not. So when I worked for 1&1, I was first and second line. I've not ever seen a second line job since I worked for 1&1. So all the jobs that I'm looking at are all first line help desk jobs, essentially, right? But they all pay less than when I worked for 1&1. Yeah, it'll be enough. And it's super competitive to get to third line. So my plan is just get a first line help desk job, and then use the money from that job, put myself through my car test, which I'll be able to do pretty quick. And then once I put myself through my car test, try to get the same... basically, Owen went through a scheme to get his HGV license. So basically, do the same thing that Owen did. And then once I have HGV license, try and find a company like the one that Owen is hopefully going to go work for. Because this company he went for an interview today sounds really good. Okie dokie. Let's see who we can find flying around Stanton today.
Is that 100%?
My power persists. My power still persists. Oh, in SCM. Even in SCM it persists. Huh.
Shields offline. Takeoff complete. Landing gear.
Let me get up to speed, and then just gonna start grabbing some missions. I'm not gonna do all missions today. I'm just gonna do a handful, and then I might fuck off to Pyro. I'll work on my bounty hunter rep a little bit more, because we're starting out today with... Well, we're almost halfway, so that's not too bad. Actually, I might be able to finish this off today. We'll see. What I'm gonna do... Wait, why don't I have Why don't I have any HRTs? Excuse me. I don't even have... Oh, I do have an MRT. Okay, I'll do an MRT and then hopefully a HRT will show up. What I'll do is I'm not going to fuck around with the additional targets. I'm just going to go straight for the bounty target and then bug out and just keep doing that. And going to sports bike shop earlier as well. Yeah, I've decided that when I am back at work, I'm gonna change my bike helmet out as well. I actually want to get the same helmet that actually not the same one as Owen. I want to get the model up from the one that Owen has because my helmet is so heavy, man. Like I went and tried that helmet and one of the Klim helmets, and they are so light in comparison. It doesn't feel like you have anything on your head. It's so good. U5 will be launching 10, 20, 40G Summit this year, hopefully. Fuck me, dude. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I would consider going up to 10, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to have a think about it. Okay, let's fly over here. I gotta say, even with 1 gig down, games, full AAA games download in like 10 minutes, right? Like it's nuts. It's insane. My porn videos download in like 15 seconds, dude. It's nuts. It's too much, dude. I still remember the sound of dial-up internet. Man, I really hope they fix the fucking bug that where mission targets don't have distance. Fuck me, that's annoying. I can't merge for shit if I don't know what the distance is. And I don't have a 4K monitor.
Shields in. Target destroyed.
Alright, let's get the fuck out.
Shields offline.
A 1440p monitor for people who are like, oh, you don't have 4K. I'm rocking a 3080. I'm not ready for 4K. Alright. Alright, next mission. I've got 1 gig with Glide. I don't even think I've even ever heard of Glide. It's the most awful service I've ever seen. Are they piggybacking off of like OpenReach or something? HRT, there we go. Perfecto. Oh, it's OpenReach. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I tend to find like the main reason I didn't go Virgin anymore was there were a couple of reasons. So at my old place, it was all bills included. And when I moved in, my landlord understood that I worked from home because I was a full-time streamer at the time. And he very kindly upgraded the internet for me, which I thought was amazing. But while I was there, the Virgin upped the bill twice. And then on top of that, we were probably having an outage at least once a month. And it wasn't for like 5 minutes. It was for like 6 hours at a time. It was insane. So I knew that when I moved in here, I didn't want Virgin. Which makes it really tough because a lot of these other services that piggyback like off of OpenReach tend to be really shitty, you know. But I was really lucky because I discovered UFiber just from an Instagram ad. I think it was like 2 weeks before we were due to move in. I just happened to be scrolling through Instagram and I'd been searching for ISPs online. And then I saw Fiber speeds up to 8 gig. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And then I looked at reviews, and the reviews were really, really good. So I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. And the advert did not mention symmetrical either. So when I did my first speed test, and I think my first speed test was like a gig down and like 750 up. Bearing in mind it was still like working shit out, right? I was like, what? It fucking blew my mind. I've never had this much upload in my life. So it's been perfect for streaming, you know, because I can stream to Twitch, YouTube. If I want to, I could do TikTok at the same time as well. So good. Just recently announced that existing customers will now be able to get the same package offers as new customers. Oh, that's sick. Oh, that's really good, actually. Fuck. The funny thing is, about a month after we moved in and U-Fiber was installed, there was a knock at the door. And I opened the door, and it was 2 salespeople from U-Fiber. And the girl was like, "Oh, hey, we're just doing a survey in the area to see what people think of their current ISPs," which is a clever way of saying we want to sell you internet. And I didn't say anything. I let her go through the a bit cruel. I let her go through the whole sales pitch. I was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds amazing." And she said, "Could I give you some information? Would you like to know a little bit more?" And then I went, "Oh no, that's fine. I'm already with you." And she went, "Wait, what?" And the guy with her as well, I assume was like probably a manager. He was like, "Wait, what?" I said, "Yeah, I got it installed like a month ago." And he said, "Ah, shit, you weren't supposed to be on this list. I'm really sorry." I was like, "Nah, it's all good." And then he said, "You know, out of interest, what do you think?" And I just started raving about how good it's been just in that first month. So he was happy. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go tell all of your neighbors now." All right, next. How long have you been with U-Fiber, by the way? I think I was tasked on solving that issue a few weeks ago. Oh, really? I just assumed it was because it was probably like an older list. It doesn't really bother me. Like, it was kind of neat seeing somebody from U-Fiber because I just assumed that, you know, they wouldn't be operating locally. My only concern is U-Fiber will probably go through the same thing. Oh, pardon me. Sorry. So hiccupy. Will go through the same thing that both 3 and Virgin went through. When 3 was a new company, they were touted as the mobile internet company, right? They were the first 3G provider in the UK. And that's when I signed up with 3. And my friends couldn't believe how fast my mobile internet was on my phone. I could download songs in like minutes. It was great. And when Virgin started installing across the UK, they were fucking incredible. Oh God, I broke it. Oh no, we're good. And both of them, just over time, not only did their service get more crap, but their customer support got really crap as well. So I think like generally with new companies, you have like 10 years to enjoy them. Like when it's a good company, a good new company, probably have about like 10 years to enjoy them before things start to go downhill. Fingers crossed for U-Fiber. It is, like, coming from Virgin, it is genuinely nice to have a service that, you know, I don't have like 6 hours of outage at a time. My frames just went dog shit. started working for them back in June. Holy shit, dude. Oh, is this... Wait, this is your first proper job? Oh, no way, dude. Oh, it sounds like you picked a... Hopefully you enjoy working for them. Because if so, then you've struck lucky. Like, I loved working for 1-1. They were such a good company to work for. Man, you fuck off with your missiles.
Target destroyed. Shields offline.
Nice. Leave me alone. It's still on my ass. I really, really want them to work on the radar. The curve, like the distance curve, is so bad. It's so hard to see anything that's close to you. Wait, did they just despawn? They just disappeared. Yeah, I think they did. They disappeared off my radar. That was weird. Okay.
Bogey.
Oh, no, they're still there. No? No. Oh, maybe they're just too sneaky. All right, next mission. We're expecting a kid to pop out in October, so we're hoping to find a gaff that has U-fiber so I can get the 10G and bring the rack with you. Have you considered Newport? I'll have you know, right, that Newport, statistically, the stats just came out. Newport is statistically the most dangerous town in all of Wales, dude. We are record breakers. 121 crimes per 1,000 people, dude. This is 4 years. 4 years running, man. I love it. I am using the Monster Tech rails, yeah. So if I show you this camera, yeah, I have all my stuff is... So this is the rail. And yeah, my sticks are mounted to the rail. Exactly the reason why we're avoiding it. Hey, now. I'll have you know that living in Newport builds character and teaches you how to swing a baseball bat. All right, next bounty hunter mission. HRT. Where's the rep looking? Hey, Dignified. My day is going wonderful. I had a funeral today, and it was the coolest funeral I've ever been to. A hearse, 2 limos, and 500 motorbikes. It was spectacular for a local racing legend. Selwyn Griffiths, who was a senior TT racer back in the day, and his son went on to be a seniors champion. For those that don't know, the Isle of Man TT, think small roads, tall stone walls either side, motorbikes 200 miles per hour. That's the Isle of Man TT. I'll be honest with you, I don't know I don't know how well you know Cardiff. I don't know Cardiff that well. There is the Cardiff subreddit though, if you're on Reddit, is actually really nice. Everyone on there is really decent. So if you ever want opinions, and a post, I see a lot of posts on there just from people saying, you know, I'm moving to moving to Cardiff. What do you guys think of X area or X street, you know? And people often give very honest opinions, which is refreshing. Michael, since you were on that camera, what's your rough bindings on the sticks? So the bindings, let me get this mission done, and then I'll talk about bindings.
Shields online.
Shields went down. Good time to send out missiles. Eat it. Back.
Shields hit. Target destroyed.
Time to go.
Shields offline.
Bye. So my bindings on the left stick, I have up, down, left, and right. So those are my strafes. On my right stick, I got pitch up and down, and yaw left and right. I have pedals as well. So on the pedals, the actual rudder, so that's forwards, that's backwards, and then I roll with the toe brakes. And then generally on buttons, on my right stick, I gotta think about this now because I tend to, when I try to explain, everything is muscle memory, and when I try to explain things, it confuses my brain because of DCS. So on my right stick, missiles on the red missile button, just to take me into missile operator mode. I actually fire with the trigger. Obviously the trigger's the trigger. I've got all target stuff on the top right hat, and then the bottom left hat is also targeting stuff. The index button up on the side, that is for coupled, decoupled, lag pip, lead pip, and something else I can't remember. Again, it's all just muscle memory. I can't remember what I have on my scroll wheel at the moment. I don't think I have anything on my scroll wheel right now on my right stick. And then my pinky trigger, sorry, my pinky button is my landing gear. And it's normally request landing when I hold it, but that's not worked for a while. And then the trigger is on my flares. And then on the left stick, I'm trying to think what. The thumb hat is my scanning stuff. And then on my left stick, fuck, now I really need to think about it. Boost is my trigger. Chaff is my pinky trigger. The pinky switch is my space brake, which I actually use a lot. The scroll wheel is for increasing and decreasing my missile amount, and clicking it is to change the missile type. It just scrolls through them. Cruise control is the black button. Oh yeah, I can't remember what was my right. I can't remember what the black button is on my right stick. Again, it's all muscle memory. Quantum operator mode is the red button. And then the hat switches are the top left one is for my operator modes. So swapping modes and sub modes. So swapping the modes is up and down. So I have quantum. I press up for quantum, so to go, and down, slow down, for SCM, and then left and right are like the sub modes essentially. And then I have just other random stuff on the bottom right hat switch. But yeah, again, it's hard to kind of explain because it's all muscle memory. It's just, I don't think about it, I just do. And I've had these settings for years now. So yeah, I tend not to think about it. It's very reactionary. All right, next mission.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
On my right hand is a 2-button mouse. It even has a scroll wheel. No way, dude. That's wild. HRT. We're getting there. We're just about to hit halfway. No worries, dude. I hope that kind of gives you an idea. The scroll wheel on my right hand, the click is my head tracking recenter. That's the one thing I do use it for. Oh, and the index finger switch on the left is again, it's like, which one is it? I can't remember it, but it's like, it's other stuff like G-Safe and blah 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 blah, all that crap. Do you guys remember Comstab? Fuck yeah. Hey Darkblood, you're right, dude. How's it going? TTK in that ship is nuts. Yeah, I mean, it's nuts until the next ship comes out, right? So, when did they get rid of Comstab? Catnuts. Was it 3.0? Yeah, because I just kept it off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's around 3.0. Oh, God. Are they... Oh, there's maintenance. No, dude. Sorry, we'll watch motorbike stuff if there's maintenance. Announcement. Announcement doesn't say anything. It just says announcement. Hello. I'd love to know what the announcement is. Let me go to status. Announcement, we've got nothing to say. The live service will be in a maintenance window starting at 8. Oh, wait, are we on UTC or beer? No, it's not this summer. Let's see the time. Yeah, we... Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, the servers go down at 6:30, so we have half hour, basically. Okay. That's annoying, man. There needs to be an in-game announcement. Also, it would be really nice if these were on a specific day at a specific time, so we know when to expect them, so we can plan accordingly. Yeah, I wouldn't have started the stream if I knew that there was about to be a maintenance, you know.
Shields online.
Oh, a 400i. Well, let's use our last 4 missiles. Whoop.
Shields hit.
I'm in danger.
Lock.
Whoa! Leave me alone. Oh, fuck, I might actually have to take out the additional targets. Oh, bow and arrow.
Shield down. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Hello? Why? I want to target it. For fuck's sake. Dude, the targeting shit is so bad right now.
Shields hit.
Interest you in fucking right off.
Target destroyed.
Right. Thanks for the targets. Why did I just unlock it? What? Tally ho! Good decisions were made this day. Marvelous. Okay, next. Dun, da, da. Hey, Gerp. How you doing, dude? You alright? Well, that's literally what I just said. So they need to have an in-game system. By the way, CIG already have the ability to send out a game-wide announcement in global chat. In 10 years, I've seen them do it twice. However, it shouldn't be an alert through the chat because a lot of people keep the chat closed. So yeah, they needs to add a section to the HUD. You know where all your Mobiglass comlink shit pops up? That. And it just needs to be a box that pops up saying, and it should be one that you dismiss, that there's maintenance coming, and then you have to dismiss it, right? It needs to be really obvious. However, I would actually like them to move away from the we're shoving everything in the middle of your screen attitude and just put all windows like that off to the side and just turn it into a list of things for me to dismiss. I'll have the option, right? Either have it auto close or you can dismiss it. Okay. The mission I picked up is right next to where we're at, so that's nice. Should be a 30k style pop-up. Yeah, but it shouldn't get in the way of the game. It should be off to the side, I think. Like, so if you're in the middle of a dogfight, yeah, I don't want a pop-up getting in the way of me dogfighting, right? Like, just get it to the side of my window. Make it red, all right? Give it a red background and give me a thing so I can close it, you know? Personally, I feel like all notifications should be over here. Essentially off to the side. Like, it is nice to see them, like, they've done a lot of maintenance over the last couple of weeks, which is nice to see, but when it's at this time, like peak European time, funnily enough, our teams are discussing a maintenance window that minimizes disruption to the community. In the meantime, thank you for your patience. So they're you know, they're trying to work out the best time to do it. What should they use? I mean, here's the thing, right? They have regional servers. Run the updates at regional times. Or even if you can't do that because of the way that your back end works, hang on, just find the smallest region and find the quietest, like in terms of like player count, and find the quietest time. There will be a quietest time on the quietest day, right? And run your updates then, right? Gustavo.
Shields online.
Oh,
Shields
fuck.
hit.
Gustavo.
Target destroyed. Shields offline.
Okay, that was quicker than I thought it was gonna be. I was about to say, man, these Valkyries are tanky. Apparently not when you're flying an F7A with the Heartseeker turret. still surprises me that they're using AWS for the servers. It doesn't surprise me because what you have to bear in mind, right? And this is an issue. An issue that generally server hosts have is when Star Citizen was first being developed, there weren't really any other options, dude. And when you have built your infrastructure around a platform like AWS, you can't just go, you know what, we're going to go to Azure instead, right? It will literally cost millions of dollars, right, to rebuild your infrastructure to go to another, like, it would be a nightmare, right? So yeah, it is what it is. All right. And that was one of the reasons that Amazon and CIG were working closely together, right? Because I'm pretty sure that part of the plan before Amazon Game Studios kind of was that Amazon, I'm pretty sure that CIG's development on server meshing, there was going to be some sort of deal where CIG provide some of their tech for server meshing and Lumberyard to Amazon for Amazon Game Studios. And then AWS would, like CIG would probably get a deal for AWS or something like that, you know. Like that, as business mindset, that would just make sense, right? Why I think, again, CIG that's probably one of the reasons why CIG went so hard on AWS. I've not looked at AWS personally for years, not since I worked for 1&1. I started playing around with it when I worked for 1&1 because a couple of my colleagues went and worked for a company in Bristol that they basically went to server engineer for this company in Bristol, and it was AWS. So I was like, oh man, maybe I should start learning AWS and consider going and working for them. But then I just got lazy, and I was like, you know what? I like my current job. I like the team I work with. I gotta be honest with you, right now is the most excited I've been for myself for a while. Like, I have an absolutely solid plan of what I want to do work-wise going forward. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have been so miserable for so long streaming. Like, I never wanted to be a streamer. It was just the only reason I was a full-time streamer was because I occasionally streamed Star Citizen, and then WTFosaurus raided me one day, and he dropped like 200 people on me, and ever since, and that was like my second week streaming, and ever since that raid, I hit affiliate like instantly, and pretty much within that month, I was earning the equivalent of a full-time minimum wage job here in the UK. And I stayed at work, and after a little while, holy shit, dude, fuck it out, fuck off. After a little while, like basically, I was spending a lot of money, and this was after I'd actually left 1&1 at this point, and I was just working a minimum wage job that I really enjoyed in e-waste recycling. It was really fun. It was a really nice group of people I worked with.
Target destroyed.
And one of the boys was like, every week I'd have something expensive delivered. And it was when I got my electric longboard delivered. I think it cost me £2,500. One of the guys that worked with me, he was like, dude, and I'd get my stuff delivered to work. He was like, dude, like, how can you afford this stuff? I was like, dude, I stream on the side. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I earn more from streaming than I do from this job. And it was a full-time job. And he was like, I think that really opened his eyes. And he was like, dude, that's wild. And my manager, who was part of the conversation, she was like, have you thought about like just concentrating on streaming like full-time? I was like, man, that's kind of scary. And she said, you should try it. Like, maybe you'd earn more money, which ultimately I did. But she also said, because, you know, if you're in a position where you can work for yourself and you don't need to work here, that also opens your job up for somebody else in the community who needs a job. And I was like, actually, that's a really nice way to think of it. So yeah, it was a couple of months after that I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'll go for it. And yeah, did quite well for quite a long time. And it was only when my mum died that I was like, and this is the problem with being self-employed, right? If you're ill, like I've had COVID 3 times. I had to stream while I had COVID. You can't take time off, right? Because the problem with streaming is if you take 2 weeks off streaming, you become irrelevant. And when you start streaming again after being sick, you'll have like half the audience, right? You got to be really careful with it. So when my mum died, I just got really depressed, right? And I just could not stream. I physically just couldn't bring myself to stream. And obviously then when you come back, it's just the audience is gone, right? Like they found other streamers that they're watching every day. And nobody really wants to watch somebody who's really grumpy, right? So especially when, for example, your game is Star Citizen and it's in as bad of a state as it is, right? Like a great like way to explain it to people is, historically, I've always been a murder hobo in Star Citizen, right? And as a result of being a murder hobo, that attracts a lot of negative attention. You know, I've had death threats from people in the Star Citizen community. I've had somebody from CIG message me one day jokingly, say, dude, you need to calm down. There are so many tickets we're getting just complaining about you. But like, you know, I have been in other streamers, just lurking other streamers in the past, and I've seen people shit talking me in their chats, right? And when you're mentally fit and healthy, right, that's absolutely fine. Never used to bother me until my mum died. And then all of a sudden, after my mum died, it gets a lot harder to cope with that negativity, right? So yeah, I think, you know, now my mum dying changed me quite a lot, I think. And I'm definitely not as harsh of a murder hobo that I used to be. But I think a big part of it is not necessarily, it's not for the right reason. It's more I just don't want the negativity, right? So yeah, it's been like, I think I've been for at least a year now. I've been saying I'm not a full-time streamer anymore. Like I can't do it. But coming back to what I was saying earlier about me being the happiest I've been for a while, because I feel like I've finally worked out what I want to do. I've just been in this position, and again, coming back to me saying I never wanted to be a streamer, I just fell into it. There have actually been a few times where I have tried to get out of being a full-time streamer, I've even had like conversations with several of my content creator friends. And I've tried to... What I would really like to do is be a video editor. I would love to be a video editor. I genuinely love editing videos. I'm actually getting quite decent now at using DaVinci Resolve. I kind of understand like different... What was that? Different types of cuts, all that jazz. I've gotten quite good at color grading, doing the audio stuff. And I would genuinely love to do that. It's just I wouldn't even know where to fucking start in terms of like trying to get a job in that. So I'm still not working right now. I'm literally just living off the last of my savings. But I am looking for work right now. What I would really like, I'd really like just to get into help desk IT support for the NHS. And then while I'm in that IT role, put myself through my car, because I only have my motorbike license right now. Put myself through my car license, then do my HGV license and get a HGV job. Because HGV jobs pay the equivalent of third line IT. So, yeah. And the thing is, third line IT is so competitive in the UK, man. Like, really competitive. It took James, my best friend, years to get into third line. And he's been with that company now for like 15 years or something like that. Like, I remember him first getting that job. How long we've known each other.
Shield down.
Fuck you!
Target destroyed.
Oh, those things are tanky. Why is this guy glowing red? Back a while ago, I was noodled. Noodled. And found out you were a streamer, and that's why I'm here. I understand grieving is the worst, but you being a good player is why I'm here. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you, man. Again, that's hard as well, right? Because talking about streaming, right? Streamers can become popular for a number of different reasons, and the core reasons are personality. You have personality stream, and sometimes you'll get streamers who are multiple of these things, right? You'll get personality streamers, and you can definitely say I have a strong personality, right? It's not necessarily a personality that a lot of people will like, because I am very blunt with my opinion a lot of the time. Sarah's about to go down. I might have time for one more. But I'm also out of ballistic, so I might just go back to Everest. You get skill-based players, right? And I definitely used to be much better at dogfighting than I am now, because I used to play this game like 80 hours a week, right? And it was pretty much all PvP. Whereas now I probably play Star Citizen. I maybe play Star Citizen 15 hours a week, maybe maximum. And yeah, I've not really been playing Star Citizen much since Master Modes came in, because Master Modes is just bleh. Right? And there's just so much wrong with the game. I won't turn it into a rant though. So you have personality streamers, you have skill-based streamers, then you have knowledge-based streamers, right? Who will basically talk about, they'll be like super passionate and really knowledgeable about a certain thing, like political streamers or whatever, right? And they're really good at providing commentary, right? So you have like different types of streamers. And you also have, for example, booby streamers. Like, that's a thing, and that's fine, I think, personally. It's whatever. So if you're one of these things, right, then then you'll do quite well. But you know, I'm part of the I'm on the Twitch subreddit, and I see so literally every single day the same posts. How do I grow my channel on Twitch? Get a personality. Helps. I know it's brutal but true. Or you know, get really good at your game, and when I say really good, I mean top 1% of skilled players for the whole game, right? In fact, 0.1% in a lot of cases. Yeah, it can be really difficult to grow. I was mainly lucky in that I just got into streaming Star Citizen very early, right? And back in the day, there were only really a handful of people who streamed PvP stuff. Redlear, Bio, who now works for Bayer, who now works for CIG, who is still a very, very good dogfighter. I streamed PvP stuff. And I mean back in the day, like 2.6, 3.0, right? I can't think who else was streaming PvP stuff back then. That might be it. I don't think Virgil was even streaming back then, right? So yeah, there was just, you know, if you wanted PvP content for Star Citizen, bearing in mind that the Star Citizen community now is a lot more open-minded to PvP. Back then, most of the Star Citizen community would shit on you for PvP. No, Saurus didn't really do... he did FPS PvP. So yeah, just, sorry, to clarify... when I say PvP, sorry, I'm thinking from my mindset of ship combat, right? But yeah, WTF Saurus did mostly FPS PvP. Yeah, Saurus was like super cranky, but like you have to. I think he was cranky for the same way I am, which was I think he just really struggled. It's not really my place to talk about why, but I think he just struggled with depression quite a lot. You know, he did what I do, which is kind of take it out on the people in my chat, which I don't mean to, and I know that's not right, but like in the moment, I just like I get it's what's the word I'm looking for? Self-sabotage, right? No, Nerd Show and Tell wasn't. Nerd Show and Tell is a new streamer, dude. Nerd Show and Tell didn't start streaming until 3.8. Something like that, or 310. And he was only around for what, a year, maybe 2. Yeah, so I messaged him about 2 years after he took his break. I was like, are you done with that studio? And he was like, dude, I'm literally on the very last bit. What a cunt, dude. I think he was just memeing on people. I think he kept fucking, like, every time somebody asked about it, he was always like, oh yeah, dude, it's almost done. Oh, man. The best bit was I got to hang out with him at... Which sitcom was it? I got to hang out with him not at the last UK sitcom, the one before. And that was after he had stopped streaming. And I didn't even know that he was coming. I literally had a pat on the shoulder. I was actually with I almost said Revzilla. Rex. And I was sat with Rex, and then I got a tap on the shoulder, and it was Nerd. I was like, oh my god, dude. Fuck yeah. How do you explain Salty Mike then? Salty Mike is one of the most decent human beings I've ever met in my life. I understand that some people might not get Mike's personality. But let me tell you, when my mum died, he was one of the very first people to message me. And he didn't just message me. And not just Mike, but Anna... I can never say her surname. Anna Demetrio? Both of them. It wasn't just a message of, I'm so sorry. I talked on the phone with Mike for like an hour. I was talking to Anna through DMs for like 2 hours. And not only that, but there was, after my mum died, right? So basically, before my mum died unexpectedly. And we were in the process of buying a house. And, or rather, my mum was in the process of buying a house, but I had basically put myself into a financial position that when we moved into the house, because my mum was staying with my sister, I had money saved to help buy us stuff when we moved into the house. And I was so excited to live with my mum. Even here on this stream, you know, I kept saying, I can't wait for me and mum to do cooking streams together, right? And my mum was down for it. So then when my mum passed away, I had some savings and I'd pretty much stopped streaming, and then I burned through my savings and I literally had no money. And Mike, right? We had a phone call one day and he was just like, are you okay? And I was like, dude, I'm done, man. I'm out of money. I don't know what to do. And, you know, him and Emmy offered to loan me money, right? And I said, dude, I really appreciate that. Like, I'm gonna decline only because I don't want to be in a position where I might not be able to pay you back, and then that will just make my depression worse. Like, I'll be stressing and worrying about damaging a friendship. But like, the fact that you offered that to me means the world, you know? So genuinely, Mike is one of the kindest people you will ever meet. And Mike absolutely loves Star Citizen, right? And yeah, it's like Zero said, right? I'm exactly the same. I criticize Star Citizen because I love Star Citizen and I want it to be better. And I'm pissed off that CIG has done a piss poor job over the last couple of years of fixing shit, you know? But Mike is genuinely one of the best people that you can ever get to know. Like, one of the most genuinely caring people. Like, he genuinely cares about people, you know? So. The server's still up. They're late. What a surprise, dude. Hey, Zero. So we have that funeral today. Okay. This wasn't the video I was going to show you, but is it this bit? Me and James, our speedos read slightly different numbers here. I think mine's probably more accurate. But I love bombing. I shift into 6th. Wait for it. Adventure bike, go burr. Fucking burr. So I think I hit 107 coming down here. James's speedo read 150. He might have been catching up with me though. I'm not too sure. Hey Henkin, how's it going, dude? But this funeral, dude. Oh man.
I can't get over how many fucking people there are.
Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. All right, check this out. So again, for those who weren't here, to explain this, the funeral was for a local racing legend called Selwyn, Welsh name. He was a TT racer. His son went on Jason to be a TT racer and became the seniors champion. I forget which year. So those are the motorbikes on the roads that do 200 miles per hour. And his son now owns the BMW dealership on the Isle of Man. But he felt unwell a couple of weeks ago, and then he passed away very suddenly. So they basically organized a procession to ride with the with Selwyn. Yeah, here we go.
Nico, it's your cousin. Why don't you take me bowling?
Oh, anonymous gifter, thank you so much.
Get drunk and go Anonymous just gifted 5 subs.
Thank you for the gifted subs. I really appreciate that. That's actually very helpful, considering that I am on my ass now until I get back to work. So thank you. I appreciate that. So I was expecting a handful of bikes, 20, maybe 30. There were 500 bikes. 500 bikes. Fuck. And not only that, there were European bikes as well. People rode their bikes from Europe to come to this funeral. Holy shit. I do know someone with a sidecar, actually, Henkin. He's got one of the old Soviet Urals. But yeah, this was just absolutely wild, man. Absolutely wild. And the thing is, it was like a 25-minute journey to the church. And there was people all along the road filming. And they were bike people. Like, they were wearing, like, bike jackets, bike hats. It is the coolest funeral, right? Like I was saying the other day, I think yesterday, I ended my stream. I was like, I'm really looking forward to this funeral tomorrow. And I know that sounds like the weirdest thing, but this is the biggest group ride I've ever been on. Like 500 bikes, dude. And we're right at the front as well. But also pay attention to the types of bikes, right? So me and James are on adventure bikes. That's a naked street bike, right? Sports bike. More adventure bikes. Dirt bikes. This motherfucker doesn't even have a number plate. That's not even a road legal bike. There's Harleys. There were Honda Cubs. There were Groms. There were Vespas. Literally every type of bike you can imagine was on this ride. And the other thing was the family, they actually got in contact with Gwent Police and they were like, you know, this might be a problem. We're expecting quite a few motorbikes. You know, you might want to send some traffic police. Yeah, Honda Groms, yeah. You might want to send some traffic police. And they refused. So luckily, there is a local group of, it's a mixture of current police bikers and ex-police bikers, who they run a like procession escort group for funerals and whatnot. And holy shit, they were so professional. And hang on, let me show you the one roundabout. Like they were just so good at holding the traffic in a like really safe way. Like check. So this is a dual carriageway, 17-mile-per-hour road, and they've got it blocked off here. Like just, they were really, really good. So yeah, it was such a nice day. A really, really nice day. Came across this the other day. Let me have a look. No. I've ridden a Grom. James's housemate has a Grom. I'm too big for them, dude. I don't fit. I physically don't fit. Also, I didn't realize that Honda are now manufacturing the Cub again. It looks really nice. It was a brand new one there today. In fact, there was literally this exact color Grom there today. This paint scheme. Dude, this is so dumb. I saw a video of a guy riding one last night, and he was like, guys, I'm doing 70, 71, 72, and he's like hunched down as small as he can. Ah, fuck, man. If I was like 5'8"-ish, yeah, I could probably get away with it. At 6'4", not so much. Like I remember first discovering the Grom like 10 years ago, and you'd just see like videos coming out of the US of just like hundreds of Groms running from the police. It's like the Napoleon Dynamite version of MotoGP. Hang on, let's on the oh, dude. Fort9 did a video about the Yamaha WR250. It actually made me really sad because just the way they ended it. It's like one of the best bikes that Yamaha ever made, but they were basically forced into not manufacturing them anymore. Same with the R6. I didn't realize that the announcement of them ceasing manufacturing of the R6 was also the same announcement as the WR. But because of like, I think it was European like manufacturing laws, like you can only manufacture them if you hit a certain amount and blah, 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 blah. Like it was just so dumb. I quite like Revzilla's channel. Should you buy a Honda Grom? Oh man. Why you should buy a Honda Grom in 2024, 2025? Come on, let's watch this. Right, did the game actually go down? What? The game is still going, dude. Where's this maintenance? Did I get bamboozled by CIG? I feel like I've been bamboozled by CIG. Let's see what testing chat's saying. All right, for anybody watching on YouTube. Oh, there are people watching on YouTube. I'm going to drop it here because I'm probably going to swap over to just some motorbike content for a little bit. But I will be back tomorrow, and we'll do some more mission running tomorrow, and hopefully there won't be unannounced, unplanned maintenance tomorrow. Thank you for watching, guys.